Don't be too complex and sophisticated. The simplest things are the most advanced. And in the final analysis, the simple is the most sophisticated. So if you want to be sophisticated, let's return to the simplicities of what makes Judaism. To me, the most beautiful aspect is the Hebrew alphabet. In this Hebrew alphabet of 22 letters, everything emanates out of the Aleph. This Aleph, to me, combines the duality of a Yud on top and a Yud on the bottom, which is a tunis. This tunis has a fusion, coming together. And that coming together is through the letter Vav, which means and. The Yud on top is obviously an on top, and the one on the bottom is obviously a bottom. And the beauty is the fusion of the two. So even in the letter Aleph, there's a threeness of a combination of two parts, two Yuds and an Aleph. And all of Judaism could be explicated from this one letter. But we're going to go on. We're going to go on, but we're going to come back to this letter. We come back to this letter with consciousness, which is the entire process of the beginning is in the end, and the end is in the beginning, and it comes full circle. Of course, Hegel got very famous doing this, but that's a whole other story. The Aleph is Judaism at its height. Just as I say, the number one. Everything comes out of the number one. Everything can be shown to be a multiplicity or addition to the number one. So when you think you're fancy, when you have four, you actually have four ones. So if you want to really get to know esoteric stuff, now here's my simplicity. Study the letters. Study the letters and their corresponding gematria numbers. You want to get fancier? Reduce the words to numbers. Want to get fancier? See what words match those numbers. See? What are matching words to those numbers? And there's some correspondence, even if those words appear to be opposite. If two words have the same gematria, the same numerology, there's some correspondence there that we don't understand. It's like the word shalom. It's 376. That's the same word as Esau. How could Esau be shalom? And that's what you can meditate on. You know, I didn't make this up about the letters. Baal Shem Tov said that all the letters come out of the letter Aleph. Well, it's so obvious that all the numbers come out of the number one. And so the letters are fundamental for your development. Another thing that's fundamental for your development is the understanding of the bris. And study the bris, because that's a unique Jewish thing. And what is the bris? How many parts are there to the bris? Do you know? What are those parts? What is the third part of the bris? Oh, gave it away. The bris is a very big deal. Another very big deal is the mezuzah. Now, I've given some videos and things and correspondences to mezuzah. But this is something you can study. You know, we all have these internet accesses now. And, you know, read about it on the internet. If you have any questions, you know, call me, text me, or whatever. But a lot of this stuff is obvious now. Apply some gematria rules to the word mezuzah. Another fundamental thing for men is to look at the concept of tefillin. See? Another fundamental thing. I mean, these are, well, I'm not making things up here, you know. Stay with the fundamentals. Get serious about them. You know, food. Birkas Hamazon, grace after meals. Concept of food and its relation to speech. Wow. Giving you enough for 15 years right there. The alphabet. Bris. Mezuzah, tefillin, grace after meals, kasheruth. Why kasheruth? When you answer some of these questions, or delve into these questions, I don't want answers, but relationships to these questions. What does all this lead to? What is the fundamental underpinning of the laws? Huh? Is there a fundamental structure underlying the mitzvot themselves? Are you familiar with the holidays? Pesach? What's unique about Hanukkah? Whoa! It's enough there. It's enough there. I started off to give fundamentals. Those fundamentals are a 10-year program.